Today you worked a little bit with systems, graphing them, and finding their point of intersection, which is the solution. Today we're going to do that without graphing. So let's look at what we're going to learn, solving systems of equation through substitution. So solving just means finding the point of intersection, where those two lines meet. Remember, systems means more than one. So we're going to have more than one line. Equations mean there's an equal sign. Now substitution is something new. Not new to you, but new in this case. So that means plugging something in. So a long time ago, you were presented with equations like this. You would have y equals x minus 3, and then you were given this, that x equaled 2. And remember what you used to do with that? You would take that, and you would substitute it in, or plug it in. So then you would get y equals 2 minus 3, and we know that y would equal negative 1. So that is all substitution is, plugging in. So let's look at a case where you have two lines, and I provided the graphs for you, but what you'll be working with is you'll just have the equations. I just wanted to use that graph as a proof that these two, when I found the solution, actually worked. Okay, so let's look at our two equations. First thing we want to do is, just looking at those, you can't determine where they hit. However, we do see that y equals something here, right? Y equals this whole thing right here. So we know whenever we see a y, we could put in x plus 2. So let's look at our next equation. You have x plus y equals 4. Before, if it said y equaled 5, you'd plug the 5 in. If it said y equals negative 2, you'd plug the 2 in. Well, in this case, y equals x plus 2. So wherever we see a y, we're going to plug in x plus 2. So we go x plus, and now we have that y there, so we're just, whatever y equals, we'll plug in. X plus 2. So your first step is plug in. Your second step is to simplify, and usually that happens wherever you plugged in your variable. So right here, we have x plus x, which is 2x. Plus 2 equals 4. And now you're just going to solve. So I'll solve my equation. So I'll take away 2, take away 2. So I have 2x equals 2. Divide. You guys should know how to do this by now. X equals 1. Well, that just gives me 1 point on my coordinate plane. Let's check if it's right so far. So we go over 1 on the x. Look up. Is it going to be under the x there at 1? It is. Let's find our y now. If we know what y or x is, we can find out what y is. So now you're going to plug in again. So I'm going to take what I found out and I'm going to plug it into one of my equations. It doesn't matter which one. But because this one's set out so nicely, I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to go y equals, I'm going to plug a 1 in for x, and so y equals 3. So my coordinate point, my point of intersection, or my solution to this system is comma 1, 3. So let's go, or 1, comma 3. Go over 1, up 1, 2, 3. Point of intersection right there. Awesome. Worked out. Okay, let's look at another one. All right, this one's a little different looking. So when you have a y equals 2x plus 1 and a y equals 4x minus 1, what you can do is you can choose either one. So let's say we're going to choose the top one, and we're going to say, well, y equals this. So now go to your next equation, y equals 4x minus 1. And wherever you see the y, you're going to plug the 2x plus 1. So I see a y right here. So I'm just going to put my 2x plus 1 equals 4x minus 1. And the only reason I put parentheses is because, let's say it was 2y, and you'd have to put that 2 out there and multiply everything on the inside. Or 3y, 3 on the outside. So I just get used to putting the parentheses. So now what I'm going to do is solve for my equation. So I have 2x plus 1 equals 4x minus 1. So it doesn't matter where I start. I could start here. I'm going to take away my 2x. So I have 1 equals 2x minus 1. I'm going to add my 1 and add my 1. So I have 2x equals 2, and then I divide. So I got x equals 1. Let me check. I'm going to go over 1. Is it underneath that point of intersection right there? Yep. I'm going to take the other equation. So I'm going to go y equals 2x plus 1. I'm going to plug what I got for x. So y equals 2 times 1. And y equals 2 plus 1. Y equals 3. So I have 1 comma 3. And let's look over. Over 1, up 3. Point of intersection. Perfect. Okay, we're going to work with this in class. See you then.